Alright everybody, how y'all doing and welcome back to my channel. Now you're going to be hearing a lot of noise on the outside because I'm on the outside of my house, trying something different now. So if you hear noise in the background, disregard that. I'm sorry y'all hearing it, but it's natural when we do our videos. The reason why I'm doing it outside today because I just want to get out, get some fresh air instead of being cooped up in my house. But other than that, we doing great today. Today is Tuesday. Yes, happy Tuesday to everybody worldwide and the U.S. as well. Happy Tuesday. Now, what we're going to be doing today is my neighbor dropped off his all-in-one Hewlett Packard Omni model number 1201136. He dropped this off. He wants to be upgrading it, so it could be upgradable and you can put Windows 10 on it because this model was like a little version at the same time when Windows 10 came out. Now, when you do a fresh install of it, Windows 10 will pick up the drivers automatically. If it do not pick up certain drivers automatically, please write down all your information source so you can start looking those drivers up and start downloading it. Now, I'm just going to go over the quick specs of it. It has your speakers, built-in speakers. On the side you have your card reader, your USB ports, your headphone jack, and your microphone jack. On the back you have your speaker outlet jack, so if you want to hook external speakers up, you can do that there, whether they are 2.0s or 4.0s, 5.1s, etc., 2.1s, etc. You hook your external jacks up. You got 4 more USB ports in the back. You have your Ethernet and you have your power cable. Now y'all keep in mind it also has Wi-Fi, so I'll be trying to go ahead and find whatever Wi-Fi adapter on the inside so I could go ahead and download the drivers for that for this model. Now the main thing I hate about this, especially here in the Packard, is that they discontinued this model a long time ago. So it's going to be hard to find the drivers for it. Like I said, I'm going to be writing out everything down after I get through upgrading it. And make sure I download the correct driver. It also has a camera up front. But we all know we don't use the built-in cameras because they're like 720p format. And on the other side, it has your DVD RW on it. So like I said, this is the model number 1201136. Now, model numbers 120, 1137, 1138, 1139. Those models you could use DDR3. But this here one right here takes DDR 1333 megahertz. Alrighty, let's go over the components we are going to be putting in. This is the Patriot 480 gigabyte SSD, and I hope this SSD is working because it came just like this. As you see, it's ripped because it probably fell on the floor when they was unloading it and it got caught into the grids. So it took a little beating. So just keep that in mind. If it's not working, then I'm gonna have to go ahead on and do a replacement on it. But I hope it is working. I checked it out, looked at it. There's no damaged parts or anything. But in the near future, and I hope an Amazon retailer is looking at this, I would not be buying any computer parts off your website because of this condition right here. This is very embarrassing. And this is how I got it, and I didn't like it. So I hope that this SSD fires up and it do not have any damage to it. Now the memory is Moto Eagle Dual Kit, 8 gigabyte, 4 gigabytes DDR 1333 megahertz. Now on certain older models like the 1137, the 1138, the 1139, those 3 models you could go ahead and increase it up to DDR3 1600 megahertz. Only 8 gigabytes can get installed in here, so you really cannot go wrong with that. They're only 8 gigabytes. I got 2 4 gigabyte sets here by Moto Eagle, so we will be fine on the 8 gigabyte for speed and performance. Now, y'all probably figuring out, well, how you gonna go ahead and install the SSD on the 3.5 bracket? Some of y'all don't know, but I do have the 2.5 to 3.5 dark bays here. This is a 2-pack. You get them for like $3.99. and you cannot go wrong with that. So anytime you have a drive cage, a 3.5 drive cage, you want to add more SSDs to those drive cages, you pick up a pack, and you cannot go wrong with that. So let's get into the uninstalling and the installing of everything, taking all the old parts out, put the new parts in. Some of y'all probably asking, can you switch out the CPU on this cell? No, the CPU is embedded in, and there is no taking it out. Now, to take the part out, you're gonna get two screws, one here and one there. So you're gonna unloosen those two screws, and make sure you have a pop-up tool, because you're gonna need this here to go ahead on that pop the case open. Now, one thing I like about it, when you unscrew it, you'll hear a click. That means it released itself from the casing. So it make it easy for you to get that piece around the area. So you can go ahead on it and loosen that up. Oops. As you see, it comes right up, but you want to be very careful, because this is an all-in-one, and you don't want to go ahead and damage the monitor. So basically, I did not damage the monitor. Now on the inside here, you have your RAM here, as well as the CPU. It is embedded. The CPU is the EV2 1800, which is 1.7 gigahertz. For these all-in-ones, it was pretty good back in the days when they came out, but the newer models now comes with the Intel 14 Gen, 13 Gen, 11 Gen, 10 Gen, and if you got a AMD, you're gonna go ahead and get the Ryzen 5 and higher to the AM5 platform, which is the Ryzen 7000 series, if you pick up one of these here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to loosen the drive cage. We're going to take care of that first. Get that done. And all I have to do is just unloosen this screw and just slide it out. This here is your 1 terabyte. Yes, 1 terabyte 500. Correction. This is a 500 gigabyte 7200 RPM. I am sorry about that, viewer. This is a 500 gigabyte 7200 RPM. Now the newer models, the 1137, 8, and 9 comes with a 1 terabyte drive. Some of them might say have a 500 gigabyte drive, but this is a 500 gigabyte model, 7200 RPM. And we are going to loosen that right now. Now, if you still do mechanicals, it is good. You can use these mechanicals for extra storage. Yes, you can use these mechanicals for extra storage, and you cannot really go wrong with that, because you got everything on there, such as if you do office clerical, you could go ahead on and put all your office files up there. If you got pictures, you take pictures on vacations and stuff, you can put all your vacations on here. Just like I said, it's a Hitachi 500 gigabyte 7200 RPM SATA 6.0 gigabits per second. So yes, this is still good to use. If I do a build for somebody else, they're looking for extra storage space, I can put one of those in there for that needs. Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of the drive cage first before I update the memory. So I want to get the drive cage out the way first. Now just keep in mind, I'll be putting everything in the description below. You get 2 in the pack. Let me take the plastic off so you see what they look like. Some of y'all probably don't use these here because a lot of y'all use M.2 drives or the newer latest models. Or if you're still using old models that have SATA connects whether they are the 3 gigabits per second or the 6 gigabits per second. Make sure, and you want to go at SSD, make sure you pick one of these. I'll be putting all the information in the link in the description below. If you want to purchase them, click on the affiliate links and purchase them, and you'll be happy and save a little money as well too. And make sure I got everything lined up perfectly. Make sure I'm putting it in right. So yes, it goes in there like that. You just pop your SSD in like that. So let's get that going. Now, just like I said, I hope this drive is working, because this is how that came to me. It's not damaged. But like I said, 408 gigabit, 480 gigabyte SSD by Patriot Elite. So 6 gigabits per second, SATA 3. Bring it a little up close and personal so y'all can see it, and you be good to go with it. So now, I'm going to go ahead on there and tighten it down with the screws given to me. Y'all probably say, Ron, why you like go ahead on there and working on old systems? Because a lot of people do not upgrade. So y'all got to keep that in mind. So a lot of us do not upgrade our systems. A lot of us keep our systems working nice and good. And you know, why waste money? Why waste money if you don't have to? And that's the thing I come in at. So I like to keep people to go ahead on there and keep their systems upgraded. Just like me, I don't mind using old hardware because it's still functional. And if you use old hardware the way it's supposed to be used, you have no issues with it. So just like I said, this is one reason why I like to go ahead on there and show people how to take care of their stuff, how to clean it, and etc. like that. If you don't know how to clean it, there's a lot of content creators that's in that service of restoration to restore your system. If you blew out a probe on your motherboard or your GPU, we got people that does that. Now technically, I know how to clean them and restore system fails because I don't have those electronic components on hand, because we don't have no electronic store down here that sells those probes like we used to. If they do sell probes, I have to travel up north to go get them, and I'm not traveling up north to get anything, to do anything. So if you live up in the northern states, in certain parts of Florida, find your local hardware, your local electronic store, and take care of your system. Alrighty, the SSD is secured. I'm tightening down the screws. One thing I try not to do mostly, and I kind of like learn from all my mistakes, is not tighten down too much over time. So yes, we got the SSD in place, and it's in there nice securely. So now, only thing I have to do now is put it in. Yes sir, put the baby in. And as y'all see right now, I'm doing that. I hope I got my camera angle right. Just like I said, I'm the only one that does all the filmography. So I had one person viewed my camera when I had did my friend's built using the T6, and he sit down and said, bro, your camera angle is off. I told him, thank you for watching, but when you're trying to go ahead and do the filmography work yourself, and you don't have a team to help you out, then things like that could go ahead on that and falls and play like that. So it's like I said, you know, it's good to watch people's stuff without the negative feedback, because just like I said, a lot of us don't have a team. So, and if you have a team, kudos to you. Just like I said, I don't have no team, so I got to be doing all this by myself, which just shows the effort and which shows the effort, as well as, darn it, oh gosh, I'm telling you, these drive cages are so complicated. Okay, I got that in. Let me see if I can get another one in, because I might just go ahead and have to go ahead and put some sticky tape down. because I need those rubber mounts on it to go ahead on and secure the bracket to the bracket to the bracket. Without that, well, maybe I don't. Probably don't need the probably may not need it. So let me see. No, probably may not need it. So let me go ahead and step off for a minute and get some more screws, so I can go ahead on and take care of that. Alright everybody, I am back. I got my hard drive screws, so now I'm going to go ahead on and put the screws in. Normally you have to take these rubber brackets off the bracket because it kept me from getting the screw holes in, because it only gave enough threads enough to go through the bracket. So now since I took those brackets off, now I can install the hard drive case in. Make sure I got everything going in the right direction. Because if you don't have it going in the right direction, you will be taking it off. Alright. Okie dokie. And that's one thing I love about this here. Now, if you got some 3.5-inch screws that used to come with mechanical hard drives laying around, like I said, never throw anything away, because you never know when you're going to need them again. So always keep everything intact, on hand, on bay. That's what I always do. Trust me, I have a whole lot of these screws laying around. So let me go ahead on and get this installed in. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and thread these in first. Cause that's what it is. They threaded enough to get the screws in, but not threaded enough to go ahead and drive them on through. And that's what I'm doing now, is driving them through, getting to the tip point, so I can drive them on through without any issues. I should be done with this process soon. I just might put 2 in, but then again I might pull out 4 in, so it's not a problem. Okay, it's only going one way, so now we should be set to drive these screws in and lock this baby in place. Alright. That's one down. Awesome. If I get quiet, don't get discouraged, because I don't want y'all to not say, oh, well, he's not talking too much, because I'm trying to get used to that, and trying to keep y'all entertained. But other than that, she's looking good to go. So I can only put 2 in. But maybe I could go ahead and get one of these screws here, and that should hold it in place. Just to go ahead and keep it in place. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to get ready to do. I'll lock this baby down in place. Because I cannot have the bracket up, pointing in the upward position. And then it's going to go ahead on and not fit the drive in there perfectly. So I need this here to lock down perfectly and secure it. Okay, so that plan did not work as I expected to. Okay, so let me figure out another way here. And like I said, I want to make sure everything is done properly. If I could get one more screw in, I'm good to go. If I can't, then I'm just going to go ahead on and go through it, go to just doing it that way. Let me see if I can use the bracket screw again. That's all I need to do, is just get that screw in there. Well, we're gonna go without it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's a bummer right there because this dry beige cage only holds just the dry beige cage only holds that in place, so you won't be mounting it with the cage. I'll be going to say on mount mechanism number 2. That means get my Velcro tape. So I'll be right back with the Velcro tape. Alright everybody, I am back and I have my mount tape here, the clip tape. Very good tape, very strong, very sticky. So what we're going to be doing is cutting a piece of it off. And I'm going to be mounting it on the back of here. I'm sorry for the interviews everybody, but yes, make sure you have all your tools and equipment. I thought I could go ahead and snap it on the bracket, but the bracket was just a little bit off. And then once you mount this down here, that should be it. That's what I'm saying. Pick a size you like to use in the SSD, because if you don't, you'll be going back the same process again. And one thing about this double-sided tape, it's a pain in the butt to find a piece to get up. I found it, but it sometimes it likes to fight with you. I finally got it off. Alrighty, now the thing is, I'm kind of mad because the bracket sent off some instead of sent in some. So this is one reason why the other ones now come with the M.2 drive and one SSD drive cage already. So, but since I already figured that part out, slide it in, push it down, and I don't have to worry about her moving. She's secured in place. So now, just like I said, the SSD did came damaged. I hope she fires right up and I can go ahead and start reading her. So we won't be using the drive cage for this here, but I did secured it with a 3.5 to 2.5. So you might want to use one of these here and some sticky tape, some good adhesive sticky tape, so you ain't got to worry about it moving. It is secure, and trust me, this baby is not coming up unless you're going to snatch it out. Alrighty, we're going to phase 2 of the process. We get these screws out the way. Everything in process now, and I'm kind of happy with that. Yes. Alrighty, so now what you want us to do now, you got 2 screws here, one here and one there. You want to lift those up so you can go ahead and access the bay. Like I said, you got your little speakers right here, which is okay. You know, it is what it is. It's just so basic. It's like having a laptop, but in desktop form. Some of y'all probably saying, Ron, do you like all-in-ones? No, I do not. Because these are a pain in the ass in fixing them. But they okay for certain people who do not want to have a bulky PC on their desk like me and everybody else worldwide. Okay, once you go ahead on and remove the cage off, this is your embedded processor. This is your E2 1800 1.7 gigahertz. Sorry for the noise, just like I said, I'm outside. Here is your RAM. Now some of you are probably saying, Ron, you just have to buy another 4 gigabyte. What I normally do is I pull that one out and I just go ahead and replace it with 2. You can probably get a whole set like this. I got a dual kit for like $17.99 to $19.99. DDR3 33 megahertz. So yes. So I mean, if you don't mind, if you want to go ahead and add the other one in, you can. And if you don't want to do that, then you don't have to do that. Here's your Ethernet driver. Now, hopefully that Microsoft 10 will go ahead and start picking up everything. But if it don't, you're gonna have to go ahead and manually download these yourself already. So now we're gonna go ahead and install the RAM. We are going to go ahead on with the Moto Eagle. Yes, the Moto Eagle. And if you want to go ahead on and know more about this company here, always scan the QR code. Just like I said, I'll be putting everything in the description below. So y'all can go ahead on and click on the website, click on the link, click on the website link in the description below, just like I mentioned, and start reading and learn more about these third-party products that I like using. I had one subscriber telling me, Ron, why you don't use Logitech and why you don't use this and this here? Y'all keep in mind, I got hooked onto Logitech in 2002 when I bought my Click Smart 420 from Logitech. I never heard of that brand. I never heard of Cyber Acoustic. I used to buy the speakers. I heard of Cyber Acoustic, just like with Saberent. Saberent is an all-in-one plug-and-play device. Work with all versions of Windows, so you ain't got to worry about downloading no drivers. It picks it up from their source, and you're good to go. See, these are the companies I've been using back in the early 2000s. This is one reason why when it comes down to me using the brands that y'all see me use in my videos, I have no issue with using them. Now, new brands like Zellman and etc., then that's different, because I've never heard of Zellman, and then until I brought them. Now, Steve from Gamers Nexus did a brand when it was branded old, and he fell out with them. But just like I said, when it comes down to using third-party manufacturers, because y'all probably say, Ron, you could have used Corsair, Ron, you could have used this. You're right, but I like using stuff that I never heard of, and I'm on a budget, and I like to go ahead and keep my clients on a budget so that they spend excessive money just to upgrade their systems. Now, this is the Moto Eagle DDR3 1333 megahertz, 4 gigabytes, 2 sticks going in. Now, to do that, you're going to go ahead and pop this tab, these two tabs out on the side. You want to start at the bottom first, because that goes in first, and the other one sits on top. If I could get it out here. Alrighty, we are ready to go. Now you're going to line the bracket up. It's just simple, easy process. That's in. Down she goes. That's in. Down she goes. Yes, it's kind of busy today because traffic moving. Yes, it was nice and quiet due to Martin Luther King birthday, so we gave peace of his day, because that's the day he tried to bring equal rights to all the African Americans and ethnics to have equal rights in the United States of America back when it was in slavery days. So yes, everything is done. Everything is done now. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead on, put the cover back on, make sure I line this baby back up, put the screws back in. Where I put those at, I got them. Trying to keep everything close. One thing about some of these content creators, I love the fact that they do workers mats, which is a big plus to keep everything on the in place right in front of you, so you ain't got to worry about losing them, or just go ahead and buy you a magnetic tray, which I did, which I'm not using. But that's my main thing. I want to go ahead on and come up with my own mouse mats. It's not going to be no mats similar to that. It's going to be something where you can just lay it on your desk. Nice good colors, nice good designs. I haven't found one yet, and I'm going to go ahead on and design my coffee mugs. You know, just for you guys and girls, so y'all can have something to do. If you working just doing simple basic stuff, if you running your own business at home, and I mean like running your coffee shop, you take all your work home, payroll, etc. You sit at your desk or your office inside your house or in the back of your store, and you can go ahead and have a nice good mouse mat that resembles you. Okay, she's done. All I have to do now is fire up Make sure the SSD is read. Once I see the SSD is reading, then I'm gonna go ahead on and go with Windows 10. Yes, I can put Windows 10 on it because this came out the same time when the models came out. Putting the case back on, she's on, and she's good to go. I am done. Now I will go ahead on and give you pictures of it when I'm done, because I'm not gonna go ahead on and film y'all as y'all see me install Windows 10. Now if you want to install Windows 10 and Windows 11 on a USB flash drive, I'll be putting that link in the description below, so you can go ahead on and do it yourself. Keep in mind that we have Windows 12 coming out in Q2. Y'all be the summertime, and y'all probably said it wrong, but you upgrade to Windows 12? Absolutely not, because I don't like Windows 11, and Windows 12 is a version of Windows 11 where you cannot move the task bar to the top of the screen. And for me to upgrade to Windows 11, I'm going to have to go to an Intel motherboard and CPU, because it works more better on Intel than it does AMD. Some of y'all may disagree. If you disagree, post your comments in the comment section below. If you don't, if you agree with me, say yeah, Ron, you're right, and I love reading. So, just like I said, I have no issues in reading. I have no issues in speaking my mind. That's what my channel is about. Me speaking my mind and helping people keep their systems up and running, because I'm not a gamer, I'm not an extreme gamer, and I don't believe in throwing away parts when I know it's still functioning. And I don't have to worry about updating constantly, because that's not my motto. Now I am done. Just like I said, all I have to do now is install Windows 10, and that's it. And she is done and ready to go. I want to thank y'all for watching this segment of me updating the HP Omni model number 1201136. I try to look up everything on HP. This is one reason why a lot of people buy Dell than HP, because HP discontinued everything on any model line that is out. That's HP. Dell, if you have a Dell system laying around and you want to upgrade, that's not an issue. Just make sure you have your tools to go ahead and pop the bezel off. You have an all-in-one PC. And just like I said, and with Dell, they still have their drivers up, but they just say no longer continued or discontinued, but you can still download their drivers and everything for the product. This is why a lot of people still stick with Dell. They're running out buying HP. Asus is the same way too. Gigabyte's the same way too. All manufacturers except for HP on their older models do not have the drivers for them, because HP likes to discontinue. But other than that, if you still have one of these babies around, you can update it. You just have to trust that Windows 10 downloads everything from their manufacturers and the proper drivers and everything. So other than that, she's good to go. I ain't got no issues with it. Now just like I said, fire up, clean it up a little bit, give her back to my neighbor, and that's it. Thank y'all for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.